Hello, hello.
Hello.
Are we on?
Yes. Good evening. Happy almost Valentine's Day. I'm putting the link to sign up for our rider position webinar for you in the chat. So if you haven't signed up yet, please sign up. And Nicole has a plan for us tonight. So we're going to let her tell you about the plan for tonight.
Yes. So tonight it's a very special edition of the Amelia Newcomb live and podcast. We are playing the Newlyweds game, Equestrian edition. If you are listening to this as a recording on the podcast, you can definitely still play along, although it might be a bit more fun if you go watch the recording on YouTube. So for those of you who have never seen the Newlywed game before, which we're doing because it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, which Herman realized when we were setting up that it's for Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Well,
So we have an epic Valentine's Day plan.
I didn't understand about the color scheme and all of this.
Yes,
we're color
Valentine's Day colors.
Yes. So you guys can play along at home. So here's how it works.
Is Valentine's all the way around the world, or is that just a North America thing?
I think it's a.
For those of you who aren't in North America, is there a Valentine's Day for you all?
We'll find out.
The Day of Love.
The Day of Love. I think so. St. Valentine's wasn't in America, right?
Hey man.
I didn't get any history sections. I got horsey trivia. So how it works is I've got a list of fun questions. Some are horsey trivia, some are training questions, and then basically I ask it to Amelia and Herman and to you guys at home, and they write down on their little whiteboards what the answer is, and then we go 3, 2, 1, flip, and we will see if anyone got the right answer. And how
No cheating.
No cheating. And how we're going to do the points is that we are going to keep track. So some rounds, both Amelia and Herman might get a point. Some rounds, neither of them might get a point. It's not like they're competing. One gets the point and not. It is, they could both get it. They could both not.
But team chat could get it.
Team chat could also get it. So the best part about you guys is that you're playing as a team. So if I see anybody with the right answer, even if you've got 10 wrong answers, you still get a point. So you're at a slight advantage.
Can we cheat and just watch the chat?
No.
I don't want to be on my own team.
No. All right.
Oh, someone says you look hot with your facial.
With the facial fur.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
All right.
Thank you for that. Because I was wondering.
All right, moving on.
We're going to start with a warm-up question so that everyone gets the flow.
Warm-up question.
Warm-up question. Get ready to write down. Get ready to put in the chat. What is a mare? What is a mare? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, flip
I'm
over.
supposed to make it big.
Yes. So Amelia says girl horse. Herman says female horse. Both get a yes. So that is correct.
Right. We know there's no points yet.
No points yet. And no one in the chat has written anything. So
tell us about your new mare.
yes.
She's a female horse.
Is she the love of your life?
Well,
She was in heat this week.
Yeah, well, because she lives next door to a gelding.
She's in love with Mercurio. You know, the gray PRE on the
And
videos.
so
They're
I
like
clean the
in
wash
love.
rack. I clean the wash rack before I tack up. After I'm done tacking up, there's a lot of wash rack cleaning.
Oh, look, you should give them a point. The female horse over 4 years old.
Yes,
even more specific.
Oh,
more specific.
there's only 3/4 points for us.
Darn.
Well, this was our practice round, so that's
Okay.
We're starting the official count.
I want to be on their team.
Too bad.
Okay,
All right.
next question.
Which famous horse in history was said to have the biggest heart, which then turned out to be both figuratively and literally true? I will repeat that again.
I know.
Which famous horse in history was said to have the biggest heart, which then turned out to be both figuratively and literally true?
This is a tough question.
It is a tough
Who
question.
has a big heart? Who has the biggest heart?
All right. 5. If you are here live, put your answer in the chat and click enter. So let's flip it over.
They have it there in the chat.
So let's flip over. What was the answer? So Seabiscuit, Secretariat, and Secretariat.
It was Secretariat.
It
Yeah.
was Secretariat.
I knew it was a racehorse. That's all I could remember. It was a
It's pretty good.
racehorse.
So do either of you know how much a horse's heart is supposed to weigh?
No.
8.5 pounds. Guess how much Secretariat's was?
10.
22.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so they attributed his success to the fact that he had this enlarged heart, which is actually a genetic default. But
They killed Andre the Giant.
yes,
Oh.
but it probably, I don't know if it.
For a while there, it pumped a lot of oxygen.
Yes, exactly. All right, good job, team. Good job, team chat. You have gotten yourselves a point. So get ready for the next one. This is a complete the quote question.
Okay.
Complete the quote. Only a rider in the correct position can blank. Only a rider in the correct position can blank. Oh, Kate says that the placards are backwards. Oh, we didn't think about that.
Yeah, we
I
don't know
wonder
how
if
that
we
camera
can-
works.
I wonder if we can switch it. I don't know.
You guys will just have to
No.
look.
You'll have to improvise.
I don't know that I can spell it backwards.
Yeah. All right, we ready? Ready to flip it over? So the quote is
Here, that'll help. I'll put it upside down and backwards.
the quote
Yeah,
is
it is backwards.
only a rider in the correct position can
Give the correct aids.
Yes. So let's see, Amelia, do you get it? Give the correct aids. Give the
We're
correct
all
aids.
right.
Yes. Hannah says give effective aids.
But
Heather
it's
says
the-
give
that.
proper aids. What?
that's,
Why?
that's sort of the general idea, but that's the quote.
Yes.
So what does that quote mean?
That means that you have to have a good rider position. Like, it's the debate of form versus function. There is a reason that you should be in the correct alignment and your heels should be down and your hands should be together so that you can communicate effectively with your horse, basically.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Next question. We ready?
ready.
What is the definition of a heart horse? What is the definition?
Is that like a thing?
Yeah.
A
I looked it up.
horse.
There's an Urban Dictionary definition for a heart horse. What is the definition of a heart horse? Take your best guess, Ramon. All right.
There's just nothing.
All right. Well,
Then just
Never
write
heard of the term.
nothing.
all right.
Yes.
Yes. Do your best, Jeff.
It's make believe. It doesn't exist.
All right. Well, if you guys know what the definition of a heart horse is, please put it in the chat.
Cassie wrote her horse's name. Who's your heart horse? Write your heart horse. Who's your heart horse? There you go.
There you go. Okay, flip them around. What is the definition of a heart horse?
Your best horse. The
Your
horse
best
you
horse.
love the most.
Yes.
Oh, someone said the soulmate.
Yeah, well, actually, Nora is correct. The definition is a horse that complements complements your soul.
Compliments your soul.
Yeah.
Did Q compliment your soul?
That's just too much hippie for me, man.
I'm gonna give that to the chat.
That's just
All right.
too much hippie for me.
Your first love in a horse.
First love in a
Your
horse.
very special horse. All right, put in the chat your name of your heart horse.
Nora says one that steals your heart.
That's a good one.
That's a
So
good one.
just your horses.
Yeah, it's your best friend. You're the one that you feel really in sync with. There wasn't a lot of trivia around hearts and horses, if you can guess.
Oh, okay. They're
It's the
tying it into
Valentine's
okay.
Day.
Yeah, all right.
He's so romantic.
All right.
I'm there.
Next question. There are 3 lines of symmetry in riding that allow us to feel more connected to our horses. What are they?
Oh,
There
3
are-
lines. This is a hard one.
There are 3 lines of symmetry in riding that allow us to feel more connected with our horses. What are they?
Why are you giving away all of my secrets in the rider position training?
Not all of them. All right. We ready?
I only see 2 on your card. Oh, I'm cheating.
Pitch, roll, and yaw.
Okay, let's flip over.
Pitch, roll, and yaw? What does
Yeah.
that mean?
The pitch is the forward, the roll is side to side, and the yaw swings.
What about your elbows to your mouth?
That's two of the three. So the more official term I was looking for was the ear, shoulder, hip line, the spinal alignment, and then the elbow to bit line.
Okay.
But that's pretty good.
Is that like a boating term?
Airplanes, boats, it's sort of physics.
Pitch, roll, and yaw.
What's yaw again?
The twisting.
The twisting this way from side to side.
Oh.
The roll is tipping side.
Oh yeah, we don't really talk. Well, we do
and
talk.
pitch is forward. So pitch, roll, yaw. Anyway.
All right.
I think we should do a YouTube video called Pitch, Roll, and Yaw.
All right, Herman, I'm gonna give you a half a point for that one because you got 2 out of the 3.
Okay.
And the chat, congratulations, you guys got that, so I put you down there.
Good job, Gina.
Good job.
Yay, Gina.
All right. What is the main function of your seat? The main function of your seat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip them over. Press your enter on your keyboard. What is your answer?
Translates between the seat and the leg.
Follow the motion. Yeah. I would have said I had down follows the motion. But yeah, translates from seat to leg. What do we have here?
You can tell who reads more of my content.
Herman just has different words, different ways of saying it, which is what makes us as such a great team, is that we all say things slightly differently, like pitch, roll, and yaw.
Same ideas out of a different mouth.
Exactly.
I don't think it's letting people from Facebook share on here because it's only on YouTube. Only everyone's on YouTube. Where's all our Facebook people?
Yeah, they could be getting.
Is anyone watching on Facebook? I don't think it's going on Facebook.
I know. We'll have to repost it.
We'll have to repost it on Facebook.
All right.
So what's this on then?
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Oh.
All right. Next question. The late Queen Elizabeth II was known to be an avid horse lover. Name one of the breeds of horses that she bred. There are 4 of them. So you can list any of the breeds of horses that the Queen Elizabeth bred.
I have no idea.
Does anyone in the chat have an idea? Oh, good. Someone's saying that Facebook sent them to YouTube. Perfect.
Interesting. That's weird.
All right. Ready? So 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't cheat. Don't look at the chat and cheat. So
Bell pony and
Yeah.
Frisians. I had no idea. Thoroughbred.
yes. So the Queen Elizabeth bred thoroughbreds, Shetland ponies, Bell ponies, and Highland ponies.
How did you know that?
He's very talented and cultured, Amelia.
What are you saying? I'm not?
Yeah, so great. So she didn't breed Frisians, but it doesn't mean she couldn't have owned a Frisian, if you're thinking of that. But yeah, she bred a considerable
I
number
knew
of
about the
horses.
ponies, and I had a pretty good shot that they were Shetland. I knew she did ponies.
I just guessed.
She rode until the time she was like 91. Incredible. Okay, now we're going to pivot a little bit. In the USDF national tests,
Uh-oh.
there are 2 collective marks regarding position. What are they? Please use the full names.
Gosh. Mean judge.
There are 2 sections in the collective tests regarding position. What are they called?
I can't remember. Because they switched it.
Oh, Kate is saying 3 British native breeds and thoroughbreds. What a way to be a patriot. Exactly. All right. Do you need another minute, Herman, to
I'm
brainstorm?
never going to remember it.
All right, Amelia, what's your answer?
Effectiveness and correctness.
No. Is there anyone from the chat
Oh
that
my
might
God.
know what the two are called?
See, she said the same thing I did. Correct and effectiveness.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Rider's seat and position, and then it's
Well,
correct.
that's what I meant by correct.
Let's see your see.
That's what I meant by correct.
Right, but there's like the rider's seat and then how effective you are. So, and
Yeah.
I couldn't
See,
remember.
that's what I mean. Effective and correctness.
But she,
I think
she
I'm
was
gonna
looking,
give that to the chat.
The
She was-
judge is not.
she was looking for the
liking.
specific words. And I couldn't remember the words specifically because I knew
Because it's
that.
important because it differentiates for what the
Right,
collectives
'cause
mean.
Before you existed, they just lumped it together, and then they had to figure out how they would give that score, and then they separated. the
Okay,
two.
rider position
Is different than effectiveness.
and then rider effectiveness.
So it's rider position and seat. And then the second one is rider's correct and effective use of the aids. So that's why when you say correct, it is ambiguous to what you mean. So I'm sorry you did not get a point for that one, Amelia. You are still
failed.
You're
Go,
still,
Hannah.
You're still beating Herman on our scale, but the chat is kind of dominating.
Well, there's hundreds of them.
Oh, there's only 40 of them.
Oh,
tonight.
40 of them. Okay.
40 versus 2.
Two expert trainers. All right, moving on. Riding is a sport that we can love and enjoy across all ages. It is one of the more common equestrian Olympic sports that we see athletes compete for multiple years and even decades. In fact, it is an equestrian athlete who's attended the most Olympic Games. They are considered the heart of their nation's team for a number of decades and was even given a special name. Which famous equestrian is it?
I have no idea. That's done the most Olympics?
Attended the most Olympic Games. And actually, it's kind of funny. It's this Olympian, and then there's one other from the Soviet Union that did shooting, and they both have tied for the most Olympic Games. If you don't know necessarily who it is, maybe guess a nation. All right. Anyone in the chat have a guess? I have talked about this person multiple times. All right. Let's flip over.
Rodney Jenkins, someone said.
Not Rodney Jenkins. I think that he's close. I think he is 7 or 8.
Ian Stark?
No.
Who's that? I don't know. Okay.
Ian Stark is.
I guess
He flies over.
Klemke from Germany.
No, actually, she
hasn't been.
No, what about her dad?
It's either. It could be Carl. It could be.
What
well,
about
Stefan's
that Japanese guy that was like 70 or 80?
Yeah, but that was the first time he went.
Okay, who was it?
It's the Canadian equestrian Ian Miller, and we call him Captain Canada.
Cassie got it.
Yeah, and we call him Captain Canada, and he's attended 10 Olympic Games.
What?
In show jumping.
Really?
And it's kind of insane. He started in like whatever it was, the 70s, and then he only had to stop because his last horse that he was qualified on came up a little sore, and so then it was kind of sweet actually. So it was the first Olympic Games he couldn't, be there at. So his daughter took his place with her horse because she was the reserve rider.
And how old was he?
He's in his like 80s or 90s now. Like
But how old was he when he was going to his last Olympics?
must have been in his 70s.
And he was still jumping like
Yeah.
big fences?
I know. He's incredible. That's why we call him Captain Canada. And I've definitely mentioned him several times to you guys. So I won't be offended that you don't listen to me. The chat gets a point.
That
then.
might happen at times in our relationship. Okay,
Awesome.
next.
Good. Oh, and look, Curiosity. You also got Canadian.
Crafty got it.
Good job. All right. Last question.
Oh, thank God.
This one's a little bit biased towards Amelia.
Mm.
What is Amelia's rider position scale?
Mm.
I should really get on that internet.
Oh gosh. What's the most important part of your position? That's the bottom of it. Then there's a next thing. Then there's the next thing. And then there's next thing.
It's like the training scale, except for rider position.
I remember talking about that.
All right. Anyone in the chat have any
You're not even
ideas?
gonna guess?
Okay, well, I know the bottom. I'm going to guess the bottom, but then I'm all lost after that.
All right, let's flip them over.
Go with the seat to the bottom.
Alignment, seat, leg, hand. Yes, Gina got it.
Because
as
you
well.
start with your alignment, and then that allows you to have the seat, and then you think about your legs, and then the last thing is your hands.
Okay.
Good job. You got the seat part. At least you didn't put hands first. So that has come to the end of my questions, unless you want to do one of my bonus rounds.
Oh, of course we do.
Bonus round.
Bonus round. Bonus question. This one's a hard one because I was like, I scrapped this one originally because I was like, I feel like this is too hard. At the Paris Olympics, history was made in eventing dressage. London 52 and Laura Collette scored a record-breaking dressage score. What was that score?
Oh, I don't know the eventing dressage scores
Like
because they're
22?
backwards.
No. It's still percentage. For the dressage section, they still say it.
Oh, they say it in percentage?
For this record, I converted it into percentage for you
Oh,
guys.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, someone says Ian Miller was 78.
78 years old. Thank you.
Okay, I have a guess.
All
What's
right.
your guess?
For the percentage.
Write down your guess.
For record breaking. And actually, if you've ever seen Laura ride, she's a beautiful rider. All right. What are we saying?
82.
Amelia, 82.503.
Yes.
Good job.
I must have known that somewhere in the back of my mind.
All right. You'll know this one, Herman. Who is the most decorated equestrian Olympian?
Don't know.
Who's the queen of dressage?
Oh, that'd be Isabel then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isabel Worth has 14 Olympic medals, 8 of which that are gold, and she only went to 7 games, which like she won more. She is like, think about that.
Well, because of the team and the individual.
I know, but she would have had to win gold at multiple like.
Yes.
That's insane. It's great. It's
How many
cool.
does she have?
8 gold medals, 14 medals in total. Compare that to Michael Phelps, who's the most decorated Olympian of all time, of all sports. He had 28 medals. 23 were in gold in swimming. So
Very cool.
I know. So I hope you guys have had fun. I feel
That was fun.
Herman might be a little traumatized. Thank you for playing.
Thank you for playing. We did play the Newlywed game at our wedding, but it was a little different. We held up like
Shoes.
we
We had
held
each
up our
other's shoes.
shoes, and then we would hold up. Do you remember what questions they asked us?
Well, the people at the wedding filled out a question.
Oh yeah,
And then he just read the questions.
it was things like who said I love you first? Who asked who out first?
Yeah.
Who asked who out first? Do you remember?
I think it was me, kind of. I like hinted at it. So
No, that was after. You hinted about the sushi and the left-handed thing, but that was after we'd already gone for the
Sailing?
motorcycle ride. No, the sailing was after. The first thing we did was the motorcycle ride to the harbor.
Sounds like someone has a better memory
Anyways.
for the love of his life and the dates that he's taken her on. Anyway.
it goes way back.
It's been a couple of weeks anyway.
But anyways, that was super fun. We have a lot of cool things coming up. So we're going to be doing our rider position webinar. So make sure to RSVP and come to that. There's a bunch of different times and days so that you can kind of pick which one works best for your schedule. The other exciting thing is I got to interview Ingrid Klemke for those of you who are in Strides, which was amazing. If you're in Strides, let me know what was your biggest takeaway. Neither Nicole or Herman
We couldn't make it.
have watched the interview yet.
I have to go on a big drive tomorrow, so I was saving it for the drive.
Yes, it's a treat. It's like such a treat to hear from her. And I really got her to talk about like the training, like how she trains her horses. And we even got to talk about like rider position and her seat and her hands. And she told me that she practices her transitions once a week with all her horses with no stirrups and her reins bridged. And I was like, dang, I need to up my game.
And for those of you who don't know, Ingrid is a very decorated German rider. And so she has been on the German eventing team a number of times and gone to the Olympics and won Olympic medals and things. But not only that, she's also a decorated dressage rider. And so she's competed at many World Cups and things. And I'm super excited because I feel like maybe this year, this upcoming cycle in LA, she might be able to go for dressage. And what's fun fact of history of equestrianism in the Olympics is back in the day when, they were all around the world, before we flew horses place to place, oftentimes as an equestrian, you would compete both in show jumping and in dressage, or you would use the eventing horses to do your show jumping and things like that. So the same rider would compete in multiple different events. But in modern Olympics, we haven't had a rider compete in both dressage and one of the other sports in probably 50 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, everybody else, but I'm very excited because Ingrid might be that person.
Yeah, but she was great to interview. And like a lot of people say, at the end of the interview, I asked her what was her best advice for amateur riders. And she was basically just like, love your horses and admire your horses and cherish them and develop that connection and that bond with them, which I thought was a really good takeaway and like just super inspiring. So hopefully that you all get to watch the interview if you're in strides. And then the purpose of bridging the reins is because it keeps your hands together and it helps to like frame your horse, and you can't do crazy things with your hands.
The more your hands are
locked together,
like the more you the more you bridge your reins in closer together, the more it forces you to ride off of your seat.
That's true. Your seat and your leg.
Of course, your horse has to be somewhat tuned into that for it to work,
which is my rider position scale.
Which also, don't forget, tomorrow morning we have one more last thing to celebrate the love of the horse this week.
We're going to be doing a live from the barn.
Unfortunately, it's going to be rained out, so we're not riding. But we're going to do a little meet and greet, 10:30 Pacific time tomorrow with the horses at the barn, which will be great.
Are we going to get to meet the new love of your life?
Yeah, 10:30 works.
Oh, what's your new horse's name?
Violina.
Yes, Violina.
I can write that down.
You got an extra point.
I know her name. I know my horse's name, so it's yay for me.
But since we can't ride, I thought it would be fun. We'll bring all the horses by, and you can say hi to all of our superstars, all of our movie stars, because we do have a great barn and a lot of nice horses in the barn, and they're all special and unique, and they have different personalities and different temperaments, and that's what makes this fun. So
thank you for being here. Thank you for participating.
We're going to go cook dinner.
Congratulations on your win, Team Chat. You have won by a landslide.
Ouch.
Herman's making us dinner. What's for dinner?
My brother went hunting and got a pig. And so we're having
pork.
that. We're having pork.
And mashed potatoes.
I made the mashed potatoes and I made the salad.
And we got a new air fryer.
Which means that Nicole got the old air fryer, which Nicole is very excited about.
We're air fryer fans here. Let us know in the chat if you have an air fryer.
It's working great.
They're easy. They're convenient. So, all right.